Thank you so much for that, Kim. And we have been dealing certainly with cold the last few days. Today is no exception. A little bit of snow and some icy conditions to start the day today for sure. Let's turn it over to Kevin Yard. He's found his way to Burlington. I love coffee. I see nothing wrong with that. And I totally agree. Just something about having a hot drink just makes you feel better. We have some snow on the way, but it's not likely until Sunday at this point. So when we look at our forecast, we don't have anything but some cloud cover reaching the GTA now, having activity possible just grazing by here. But for the most part, we see a dry weekend ahead until Sunday. And that's when this low pressure system starts to make its way. Well, by the time we get to this time period here. So that's something that we have to watch closely. Again, you know the drill, all about the track. If it tracks further north, it might mean less because we could maybe even get into some mixing. We'll just have to see. But at this point, 5 to 10 centimeters is possible. In the GTA, Wednesday morning, some icy conditions to start the day. From this point through the weekend, we look to be, for the most part, in the clear from snowfall. So lots of sunshine and a great time to head outdoors. Here's Kelly Noseworthy with an interesting idea of something that you can do with the snow. Thanks so much, Kelly. Yeah, and we're days away now from talking about our spring outlook on the Weather Network, and you can find more details of the little sneak peek online at theweathernetwork.com. But we've got a lot of snowfall staying put because the temperatures are staying cold, no question. So if you want a horseshoe, we don't see any additional snowfall. I mean, the snow on the ground stays where it is, but we don't see any additional snowfall until we get our next low to come toward us. Just want to mention now Thursday through Friday, still active weather across Atlantic Canada, offshore mostly. But then we see high pressure and then this low comes in. But we can see it moderates the temperature, sure, but it brings with it, at this point, we're saying possibly 5 to 10 centimeters of snow. So that will be the case in Toronto and likely Hamilton as well. Well, the Great Lakes, all of the Great Lakes together, are over 80% covered in ice at this point. A good dose of that on Lake Ontario, although there's still some available moisture. But let's take a look at our weather in a moment. First, though, let's go to Burlington and check in with Kevin Yard on the conditions outdoors, and then we'll pick up on your forecast. Right, so some cold air upon us. Now, the next time we see any snowfall is likely going to be on Sunday. Now, having this in place is that we have the low pressure system that's moving south of Lake Erie. Now with that, we'll see some more cloud cover tomorrow versus what we're experiencing today. Windsor, London may pick up some light snow. When we look at our map though, into the weekend, high pressure, dry. However, another low pressure system comes into play. Are you a sensitive barometer to the weather around you? Perhaps you are. And we have been in the cold, haven't we? We know that much. Let's turn it outside to Kevin in Burlington, see what it's like outside. Looking good. All right. Thanks very much, Kevin. And now let's talk about snowshoeing. It's a great activity to get out there and enjoy the snow. Here's Kelly with some ideas. All right. Thanks very much, Kelly. I love the old-fashioned ones versus the newer kind, which is said to be a little bit lighter, too. When we look at our weather, we're going to still see a good dose of snow on the ground, at least as you head north of the city of Toronto, because the conditions are cold. We do have some more cloud cover tomorrow, but for the most part, this low-pressure system is diving down south of Lake Erie, and that's why we don't really see so much of it. I think Hamilton, though, you run this risk of seeing some flurries tomorrow, too. Then by Sunday, Toronto and especially Toronto Pearson International, where we're going to take these next statistics from days from 1977, which was a record cold year. In fact, the late 70s were particularly cold. So Toronto, number 4 on that list at this point. So we know one thing, if this trend continues, the snow is going nowhere, at least not yet. But that may be good for outdoor recreation. Here's Kelly Noseworthy. All right, thanks very much, Kelly. Anything that gets people active and gets them outdoors is a good idea, right? And it's not difficult to do. You just have to take that step. Well, when we look at our weather, what we have is tomorrow, I think more so down toward Windsor, a better chance of picking up some flurries. We may see more in cloud cover than today, that's for sure, due to the proximity of our low pressure system. But again, through southwestern Ontario, picking up a little bit of light snow. We are not expecting any snow, not until this low pressure system starts to make its approach. And that will be on Sunday. Now, this will, of course, dictate how much we get and the timing of it all. But when we put this map together or this icon together, we are confident we're going to probably get some snow out of it. At this point, calling for 5 to 10 centimeters of snow on Sunday, and the temperature staying cold for the time being.